What's up, YouTube and Wizards fans? It's very early in the morning right now. Last night, the Wizards defeated the Bulls 75 or 76 to 69 to win the series 4-1 and advance to the second round of the NBA Eastern Conference playoffs. John Wall led the way with 24 points. Bradley Beal chipped in with 17. Then they continued to sun Noah with that 20 points. Noah was just shaking his head by the end of the game. Outside of that, the Wizards really didn't get much from anyone else besides Marcin Gortat's 13 rebounds, a lot of which came on the offensive end and were crucial to closing out the game in the fourth quarter. For the Bulls, Kurt Conway came out. He played a decent game. Joakim Noah was relatively quiet like he has been throughout the series. Taj Gibson was his normal self, providing the spark off of the bench. Still don't understand why he doesn't start. In the fourth quarter, John Wall went up for a floater, and Taj Gibson came down and on Wall's ankle, and Taj Gibson hurt his ankle, so he has to sit out. So Carlos Boozer got to close the game out for the Bulls for the first time in this series. He usually doesn't close because he's defensive liability on that end, and offensively he's not much better or even worse than Taj Gibson. So Wizards fans, we're feeling good right now. First time being in the second round since 2005, when we also beat the Chicago Bulls, and only the second playoff series victory in like 30 years. The Wizards have a really legitimate shot at making it to the Eastern Conference Finals, but now they have to focus on facing the winner of the Atlanta Hawks versus Indiana Pacers series. It could wrap up as early as tonight, as Game 6 will be played back in Atlanta with the Hawks leading the series 3-2. I think the Hawks would actually cause more problems than the Pacers for the Wizards, though the Pacers are the number one seed. The Pacers did beat the Wizards 2 out of 3 games, but that was very early in the season when the Pacers were in the groove, and the Wizards were still finding themselves on both ends. Things have changed since then, and the Pacers have been very dysfunctional, and there's a strong chance that the number one seed might bow out here in the first round. The Wizards vs. Hawks would be a more exciting series, though. You might think, okay, these two teams are marquee names, but once you start looking at the matchups, John Wall versus Jeff Teague, two lightning-quick point guards who are leaders, two of the leaders on their teams. John Wall being the all-star for the Wizards. Paul Millsap, he's the all-star for the Atlanta Hawks. He'll be going against Nene if the series if the series takes place. Paul Millsap, he could step out and hit them. He could step out all the way to the three-point line and hit a few threes. Nene, he's been a mid-range assassin so far in this playoffs, and they both could body up in the paint too. And at the center position, you have Pero Antic. I think he's one of those like older rookies who may have played overseas or somewhere else before coming to the NBA. I'm not 100% sure. But he can knock down the three ball and stretch the floor out. That's why he's pretty much negated Roy Hibbert in the Indiana series currently. So Marcin Gortat would have his hands full with him. He would create a matchup problem. And then you'd have Bradley Beal, our sharpshooter, going against the Atlanta Hawks sharpshooter, the best three-point shooter in the league for this season, Kyle Korver. So the matchups would be there. And the Wizards would actually be favored to win, seeing as the Hawks are at 8th seed and came into the playoffs as a sub-500 team. So the Wizards have a legitimate shot, like I said, to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. They would probably play the Miami Heat. If the Heat can defeat the winner between the Raptors and the Nets series. The Nets are a veteran team with vets like Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Joe Johnson, and Darren Williams. Also, tall point guard Sean Livingston. Wow. The Raptors are an upstart team who went from not making the playoffs last year to getting the 3rd seed. I don't think it seems like the Raptors and Wizards got enough respect during the regular season. They weren't even on national TV once, I believe. At least for ESPN and ABC, I don't think they were on national TV once. Though I know the Wizards had a couple NBA TV games. I'm not sure about the Raptors. Their NBA should definitely move to flex scheduling for their national TV games next year, so we don't have to see sorry teams like the New York Knicks and LA Lakers if they're a bad team, and just because they're in a big market, we don't want to see them every week, especially towards the end of the season when other teams are jostling for playoff position. You want to see those tightly played competitive games. So Adam Silver should look into that. Yesterday, he did drop the hammer on Donald Sterling, gave him a lifetime ban, and he got the maximum $2.5 million fine. So his forced to sell the team is pending a 75% vote from the other 29 owners. I think it will be a 100% vote, and all 29 other owners will vote him off. There's no place for people like him to be in high power in our society. And his mistress/girlfriend did a good job in exposing him. She got what she wanted from him. She got in his pockets and got out. Come on, let's be real. Was she with him for his stunning looks? She's like 1/4 his age, and his wife is trying to sue her now, but she's really mad at the wrong person. She should be angry at Donald Sterling. He'll have plenty of time to think things over. He could take his billions and they should go to some remote island, because they would definitely not be welcome in LA or around any other NBA city. Especially, you won't see him near the Staples Center anytime soon. And anytime he was around any of the NBA players, it would just be an awkward interaction. So if I was him, I really wouldn't want the team anymore, because you lose so much support, season ticket holders, sponsorships, endorsements. It'd be a bad deal for everyone involved. Players would leave in free agency, especially now that the Clippers are on the rise. I wish them nothing but success in this post-Donald Sterling era. So back to the Wizards. Maybe my dream finals right now as a Wizards fan, a kicking dream, would be Wizards versus the Clippers, or Wizards versus the Thunder. Though the Thunder, they're not looking too good right now. They just lost game 5. They're down 3-2 in their series to the Grizzlies. Though all the games have been close, and the last 3 or 4 have gone to overtime. So look out for the Wizards in the second round, and make sure you go out to support the team. I know if I get any money, I'll make sure I'm at the Verizon Center cheering my heart out, cheering my loudest. If not, I'll watch them from home and hope for the best. John Wall and Bradley Beal on the rise. They already think they're the best backcourt in the league, though Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson will have something to say about that. Also, Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan, but they're definitely there in the top 3. They're very exciting. They play both ends of the floor. They're athletic. They can hit shots. Though I want to see John Wall's jumper be more crisp in the next round, make more shots. His floor management has been great. Wizards need to get more stops on defense and ignite the fast break more and get more from their bench. Guys like Andre Miller, Al Harrington, Drew Gooden, and Martell Webster you should look for them to step up as the playoffs go on if the Wizards want to make a deep run, which I think they can. So thanks, Wizards fans. Subscribe to this page. Subscribe to Cash Fiends Music. That's CFNG for life. Subscribe to Jason Jenks' music channel. That's my brother. And I'll see you next time.